again, extremely important. I'm assuming everybody has a calculator, all right? And I've had one person have a problem with their calculator, and it's something I have not encountered. So sometimes you're going to have to do a little bit of research. All right. So again, today is letting me show you how to use the graphing calculator. All right. And you got to concentrate. You got to listen to me. All right. Now, first thing is, I don't know what happened. Is that what you guys have? X squared minus 6. All right, I don't know what happened. All right, so here we go, guys. Now, the axis symmetry is not going to be a big deal for you. All right, so we're going to say x is equal to, and then it would be 6 over 2, which is equal to 3. So x equals 3 is the axis symmetry. Everybody good with that? All right. I'm not asking you to use your calculator. All right. Now, from there, the vertex, all you're doing is you're plugging in. So you're going to say f of 3 is equal to 9 minus 18, which is negative 9. So your vertex is 3 comma negative 9. Now your y-intercept, everybody should be able to tell me, is 0 comma 0. All right, so this is kind of just a quick overview of what we did the last yesterday. So now let's just go ahead and graph this real quick. So if I'm graphing x equals 3, I'm going to draw in the axis symmetry first. And there's my axis of symmetry. Then I'm going to find my vertex, which I said was 3, negative 9. So 3, negative 9 would be right here. And then my y-intercept would be 0, 0. How far away am I from the axis symmetry? 3, so I'd be 3 on the other side. So there you have it. All right, that is a nice outline of the parabola. All right, there you have it. That's easy. Now, we don't really need a calculator for that, but it's a good idea. All right, so now what I want everybody to do is take out your calculator. All right. Now, please look up, because I'm trying to help you with your listening skills now. All right, some of you think you can multitask, not right now. All right, I want you to go to y equals. Now, y1 is here. Then there's this thing called stat 1, I think. Then there's a stat 2, and so on and so forth right above it. I need you to make sure that's turned off. Now, in the past, we've been plotting points. We're not plotting points anymore. So if this box is highlighted or if it's black, you got to go above it and push the button, and now all of the plotting points are off. Does that make sense with everybody? All right. Now, the next thing you need to do to prepare yourself is we want to go to Zoom Standard. Zoom Standard. And that puts it back into a what? 10 by 10 screen. All right. Now go to y equals. All right. When you go to y equals, now you simply type in x squared minus 6x. Type in x squared minus 6x. Now remember, the x has the x, the t, the theta, and the n. Those will all be later. All right. As you progress, you'll learn everything there is to know about those. But right now, we need an x. The equation, x squared minus 6x. Is everybody happy with that? All right. Now, once you have x squared minus 6x, I want you to hit graph. And when you graph, the parabola should come up. Anybody have a question with that? What?
I went to y equals. Just plot.
Yes.
Plot.
Plot.
Yeah. Are they supposed to highlight? No. Not highlight.
What do you think? What do you mean you did rush? Did you go to y equals? Did you plug in the equation? This is a listening lesson. So what is the problem? Did you type in y equals x squared minus 6x? All right, just look for it. Stop helping. I'm not trying to be cruel. That's not what I'm doing. All right? Bridget, you are amazing. Relax. All right? Did you find the square button? Good. Did you find x squared minus 6x now? Did you graph it? You feeling better? All right, come on, relax. All right, I'm telling you, everybody's going to have some problems here in a few minutes. Trust me. That's why I'm saying you have to listen to every word that comes out of my mouth. You can't be distracted. Because in a minute, I'm going to show you how to find the zeros. I'm going to show you how to find the vertex. I'm going to show you how to find the axis of symmetry. But if you're not paying attention, you're not going to be able to do it. And I get irritated when I have to keep going backwards to help one person because you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. All right, now the only thing I ask you to do now was to graph it and get it on your screen. Now everybody should have their y equals, typed it in, and are staring at the graph. What's the matter? All right, so everybody has the graph. What is the problem? No, you couldn't have, because it would have come out correctly. Hit x squared minus 6x graph. No, I promise you your calculator never makes a mistake, kind of like me. All right? It's not going to make a mistake. It is a user error. All right? If it didn't work, it's because you didn't do it correctly. It's not the calculator, I promise. All right, I've been doing this a long time. The calculator never makes a mistake. All right? So now that we're there, everybody is there. Now, the next important part is for you to be able to find the vertex. All right? So in this particular case, our vertex is down here. Does everybody agree with that? Is that a maximum or a minimum? That is the minimum. Why? Because it's the lowest point on the graph. So now I want everybody to hit the second button, which is that blue button. Then you're going to hit the trace button, which is the calc button. All right, now I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, what do you do? Come on, no, don't tell. Let people learn. Find it. All right? So you're doing the second button, and then you're hitting the calc button, which is the trace button, which is one of the main features at the very top of the calculator. Now we're trying to find the what again? Which is the minimum. Very good. So does anybody see in there where it says minimum?
Yes.
Yes. So now everybody's got to be on that screen, correct? Second, calc, you should see minimum. Now you're going to hit that. Now when you hit minimum, left comes up. Everybody agree?
Yep.
Now you got to look up on the board. All right? Look up so I can tell you what to do. Now, this purple, I'm going to pretend is my cursor that's on your screen. Does everybody see what I'm saying? This, look up now, because you can't tell if you're not looking. Right now, I'm nowhere. It's not working. Let's try it again. All right, hold on, just relax, and let me do this. All right, that is my cursor. All right, right now, this is the cursor. If you move left and right, it goes like that. Does everybody agree? I'm right now, look up, to the right of the vertex. Or I'm to the right of the minimum. Right now, I am to the left. I want to be where? To the left. No. What does it say to do? Go to the left. You need to go to the left of the minimum. So you move this cursor anywhere to the left. Once you're to the left, you hit enter. Now what comes up? Right bound. So now you're going to take your cursor and you're going to move it to the right side of the vertex. And once you're to the right, does it matter how far to the right? No. You just have to be somewhere to the right. Then you hit enter a third time. And then it says what?
Yes.
I don't care about guessing. If I was in charge, I would delete that whole feature. I don't want to guess. Just tell me the answer. Hit enter again. And bingo, what comes up? Now, some calculators have a little flaw, but we know the answer should be what? 3, -9. Now, it might come out to be 2.999999. Is everybody with me? Which means you should know that's what? 3. So does everybody now see that it came out to be 3, -9? What is the matter? Did it say E? All right, here we go. Now, does anybody have any objections to that? Anybody have any problems? All right. Now, listen. The y-intercept. The y-intercept is obvious. It's just 0, 0. Now, what I want to do now is I want to try to show you how you can find the y-intercept. Let's just say for some crazy reason you forgot what the y-intercept is. I want everybody to go to second calc again. Nope. I need you to find the value. I need to find the value, which is, which one? 1. So hit 1. Now, x comes up. And what that is actually saying is, I want to find the y value for whatever x you give it. I want the x to be what? 0. So type in 0 and hit enter. And it tells you that the answer is what? 0. Now, let's say you wanted to find another point. Now plug in, for example, 2. And it tells you what the answer is. And then you can type in like -3. And it'll tell you what the y value is that corresponds to the x value that you're plugging in. Is everybody hearing me on that? Yep. All right? So that's just kind of a nice way if you want to match up coordinates, x with a y, and you don't feel like plugging it into the calculator. So bear with me on that. So whenever you want to find the y-intercept, the x is what? 0. So you just plug in what? 0 in for the x coordinate, and it'll spit out the y value. That's why it says value. It's looking for the y value. Listen to me now. All right, do not be distracted. All right, now I need the x-intercepts. The x-intercepts, I want everybody to make sure that you write this. The x-intercept is when the y value is equal to what? 0. Where the y value is equal to 0. All right? So now, on your graph, all right, this is what I'm looking for. Please pay attention. I'm looking for that value and for that value. I already know the answer is 0 and 6, but I'm pretending like I don't know. Does everybody hear me? The calculator has the ability to find those intercepts. So here we go. Where do you think we're going to go? Second calc. Second calc. Now, what are we looking for? We are looking for the zeros. All right? Now, what does a 0 mean? That means the y value is 0. All right? That's why they call it the zeros. All right? So when you do that, you hit second calc, and that comes up as number 2. So you hit enter. And then all of a sudden it asks for what again? Left bound. So where do you have to take your cursor? You have to take your cursor to the left of that 0.
So higher.
And then, no, not higher, to the left. And then it says, once you get it to the left, you hit what? Enter. And then you have to move it to the what? To the right. And once you do that, you hit enter again. And then it'll spit out what? Guess. We don't care about guessing. One person said it spit out what? 6-0 because you did the one on the right first. Now, it can also come out as, for example, 5.99999, and it'll say like 0.00000 E -6. That's just scientific notation for, guess what? 0. There's a little flaw in the program I think they should fix. Is everybody hearing me? All right, now your job right now is to find both zeros. So if you're going to find both zeros, you have to do it how many times? Twice. All right, so now you're practicing finding the zeros. You should be able to tell me that the 0 is 0, 0 and 6, 0. How do I know that? Because your calculator told me that. What? Then that means you did it what? 0, 0 is an answer. Guys, that's what I'm saying. You're not listening to me. See, you stopped when you thought you knew how to do it. How many zeros are there? How many zeros are there, guys? How many zeros are there? 2. There are 2 zeros. You're finding this 0 right here and this 0 right here. What are you asking me? Second calc. I'll walk you through it again. Second calc, 2. Now, left bound comes up, correct? Which one are you doing? The one on the left or the one on the right? All right, so I'm taking my cursor. Now watch. Taking this cursor and I'm moving it to the left until you're to the left of that 0. Now listen to me. I understand some of you don't quite understand what I mean by moving to the left and to the right. Walker said something about moving higher and lower. Never do it that way. It's too confusing. This is what I'm talking about. Make sure you listen to me. Look, this right here, and I'm going to make myself clear, this right here is a 0, correct? I need to be on the left side of that, and that's what you're understanding now. You got to be on the left and the right of that, just like over here. I need to be on the left side of that and the right side of that. Is everybody clear on that? Now look, everybody in here now should be able to find the vertex, and they should be able to find the zeros using the calculator. Does everybody hear me? All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go down and we're going to do the next problem. All right. Question number 2. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Walker. I went too fast. The domain. Now remember, right next to the domain, again, I want everybody to write down for the domain, those are simply what? The X values that you're allowed to use. All right? Now listen to me. Here's what I tell kids. X is moving left and right. So how far left can you go and how far right can you go? You can go all directions left and to the right. Is everybody with me? So in this case, we say that the domain, and listen, the domain is always all reals for a parabola. So here's the symbol. That's the symbol for all reals. That means you can plug in any number and you'll get an answer. The other way, which I'm not sure how but this is the other explanation. That means you can go infinitely to the left and infinitely to the right. Now, the range is different. The range is the what? The range is the Y values. Now I need someone who's thinking. Please pay attention. The range is the Y values. So the range is looking up and looking down. All right? So somebody tell me what the range is. Daniel. Nope. What? Wow, that is excellent work, guys. Excellent work. And let me explain how he knew that. You're looking up or down for the, right? You're looking, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said up or, I should have said up and down. The range is looking simply up and down. How far up can you look? Infinity. How do I know it's infinity? Because I have arrows going up. Now, how far down can I go? I stop at -9, and then I go what? Back up. So the answer to the range is this. Y is greater than or equal to -9. That's one way of writing it. The other way I want you guys to know how to write it is you would say bracket -9 to infinity. All right? That would be the range. All right? Why is that the range? Because we start at what? -9 and we move to infinity. Is everybody comfortable with that? Thank you.
What was our X-Intercept?
0, 0, and 6, 0. All right? Yes. Because it includes -9. All right? The parentheses if it's not included. All right? Now, I made number 2 a little bit harder. All right? So here we go. I need everybody to go to y equals, clear that out. We're going to pretend like we forgot everything that I taught you. All right? Which is not unusual. I understand. I've heard that joke before. All right? Definitely not unusual. All right? So everybody go into y equals -x squared minus 2x plus 5. Everybody do that now. You got to stay with me. Chop, chop. Type in -x squared. Now, some of you are going to say, my calculator did it wrong. I typed it incorrect. No, you typed in a minus instead of a what? Negative. You got to type in a negative, not a minus. All right, or it'll say syntax error. All right. Now, the question is this a maximum or a minimum?
Maximum.
It is a maximum. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the maximum. So second, calc, max, move to the left, move to the right, hit enter, and someone who's brave, tell me what the maximum is. -1, 6. I'm not sure I believe him. Verify, please. Is that right? -1, 6. Now look, if you can't do that on your calculator, you're way behind. Way behind. I think that's pretty intuitive. Would you agree? The graph tells you, it tells you what to do. What?
How do we know if we're looking for a maximum?
How about if you look at the graph? Is the highest point a maximum or a minimum? You see it, right? No, not Walker. Come on now, look. Is this, which one is the maximum? You got my point, right? The minimum is the one on the right. Well, it's the lowest point on the graph. The vertex. You see what I'm saying, right? So this is the maximum because the vertex is the highest point. And this is a minimum. Now it's kind of backwards because this is negative, which makes it a maximum. That's why it's confusing. But if you think about it logically, it makes perfectly good sense. It opens down. So because the parabola opens down, it creates a maximum. If it opens up, it creates a minimum. All right, anybody have any questions with that? Now, I tried to tell you that the axis of symmetry and the vertex are related. The vertex always sits on the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry in this case would have to be x equals -1. Now, next to y-intercept, make sure you write x value equals 0. Now again, I'm not expecting you to do that with a calculator because it's too easy, right? The y-intercept is what? 0, 5. All right. Now, I need the x-intercepts. Now, the x-intercepts are not integers. They are decimals. In math, when you get advanced, you round to 3 decimal places. That's what I'm expecting. Everything is rounded to 3 decimal places. So, we're racing now. We're trying to find where it crosses the x-axis. I want someone to tell me one point Where does the graph cross the x-axis? I should get two answers. Someone tell me. Daniel, the first one is? Is not an answer. 1.4490. Somebody verify. And then someone find the other one. Walker, was that correct?
I didn't go for that one.
You went for the other one. Tell me the other one, please. Now look, guys, you have to verify that. It's no good if you're just putting down that answer. Is everybody hearing me? All right, make sure you can do that. All right, I personally think you guys are better at the calculators because you do electronics all the time. If you don't know something, you got to figure it out. What? Yes. If I ask for an X-Intercept, you better write two of them. Sometimes there's none, and occasionally there's one. All right, Zoe, what is the matter?
How do you find the X-Intercept?
Second calc 0. Oh, yeah.
I found the 1.4490, but how do you find the negative?
You type it in on your calculator. Second calc. Let's go.
I did, but
No. All right, look. Come on now.
I'm just not sure.
Yeah, stop talking now. All right, ax symmetry. -1, 6 is right here. Then your graph looks something like this. Blush. And then it looks something like this. Do you agree or not? So come on now, look. Here's what I'm telling you. You found this one. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
And now I'm trying to find this one. So I have to go left and right of that point. So don't be sorry. You're learning. Come on. Don't be sorry. All right? Let's go. Remember, think about your cursor. You're going to the left and to the right of that point. Is everybody hearing me? Now look, I want you to ask me a question, and don't be upset if you think I'm fussing. I'm not. Come on. I want you to get it. Use your calculator properly. It's super powerful. You have a big advantage over kids who don't know how to use it. All right? Make sure you're using it. Does anybody have any questions with that? Go. Yeah. What do I do with you? Do I graph it? No, I put graph paper up there for you to look at, Walker. All right. Walker, what's the domain?
The domain is all real numbers.
Very good. So write all reals, comma, and just for practice, -infinity to infinity. All right. Come on.
Will it always be all real numbers?
Very good. The domain is always all real numbers. Let me stress, why is it all real numbers? Because you can square any number and get an answer. No matter what x value you give me, I can give you an answer. The range is not all real numbers because I can give you a y value that's not going to be on the graph. But if I give you an x, I can put it on the graph. That's what it's saying. So what's the range? 6 comma -infinity. Anybody want to correct them? Oh, let's let the girls correct. They like that.
-infinity.
Wow, brilliant. One minor detail, though.
Bracket after the 6.
Bracket after the 6. Come on, boys. You're letting the girls correct you. So where are we at? -infinity, comma, 6, bracket. There you have it. You could have also said y is what? Less than or equal to 6. Beautiful, guys. You should know all of that information. And like I tried to tell you guys, I think math that's logical. Right? Is everybody with me on that? That's pretty logical, right? Does everybody agree with me? All right. Now, some of the words you may not know, that's why I said make yourself a note. If a word doesn't make sense, right? If the symbolism doesn't make sense, if the domain doesn't make sense, let me know. Now, again, 2 problems. I was hoping you would go ahead and make sure you understand all that and feel good about the calculator. Ingalls, you all set now?
Yes.
Anybody else have any questions with the calculator? Good. Come on.
I'm sorry, but
Don't be sorry. Just ask.
how did you get the
Okay, so again, one more time, look up here on the board. Are you telling me you got one of the intercepts already? But you're trying to find the other one. So do you agree I'm trying to find, now pay attention, I'm trying to find this one right here. Do you agree? So what? So stop and listen. Now, I'm trying to find this point right here. Do you agree? So I got to move my cursor to the left and to the right of that point. That's it. Second, come on. Second, calc. 2. Then you have to move your cursor to the left of that point. And then you hit enter when you're to the left. And then you move it to the right of the cursor. Hit enter. And then guess comes up. Hit enter again. And it spits out the answer. What? What did you get? Because you're doing the wrong one on the wrong side. You got to listen. Hey, look up so I can show you. Pay attention. Here is my cursor, guys, right here. I'm going to draw a cursor for you after I get rid of some of this. Please pay attention. I'm going to draw the cursor. Here's my cursor. I did second, calc, 2, and it said left bound. Am I to the left? I am not to the left. So I have to move this by clicking the left arrow. Click, 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 click. Am I to the left yet? No! I'm not to the left. I'm not to the left of this intercept down here. Wow, that was pretty good, guys.
No, I got it. I got it.
Now, watch, please. Am I to the left now?
Yeah.
Am I to the right now?
Yes. No. Yes.
Here I am right here. Here is what I'm interested in. Let me make sure we're good. This is the left. This is the right. Maybe some of you don't know that. Left is to the left. Right is to the right.
I never would have guessed.
Bridget, you with me now? Now, what I'm telling you is this. Look right here. I understand the confusion. The thing you're looking at is this x coordinate. You with me? And I'm to the left. So, again, watch. This is to the left because this x over here is to the left of the x here. Do you agree with that? Now, if I move it to the right, my x coordinate is to the right of that. That's all. You good now?
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, you guys aren't the only one. There's lots of people. What? Good? All right. So now, listen, guys. I want you to try tonight. Just try tonight 3 and 4. Do the best you can. Hey, is everybody hearing me? Tonight, try 3 and 4.
Is it any different because I know x4 is y equals? Is it any different because the other one's f of x?
No, f of x and y mean the same thing. Just different symbolism. Exactly the same. Except you're using a calculator now. Right, except yes, we're doing the X-Intercepts domain range. All right, that was good, guys. Very good. Very interesting.